Good morning, afternoon or evening. Today I have a special video in the form of this guide showing you how to use my top cheesy strategies. I made this video to celebrate 1000 subscribers, which is a recent milestone I have reached. Because of this, I want to do another giveaway of 2 Austro-Hungary codes. To join, just put your comment below and add your full Discord tag at the end. That's your name, hashtag, and the 4 numbers at the end. I will add everyone who entered the giveaway to a random wheel spinner and announce it on my new Discord, which is also now linked in the description. Going straight into strategy 1, this is my personal favourite because it's quite unexpected and obscure. Ever since the introduction of symmetrical maps, it is possible to find that almost every player, especially in 1v1s, spawns right next to water. So what you do is make sure that they've built their temple by scouting. You see they built their temple near the water, as they think it is safe, because, you know, it's a very small lake or whatever in the corner, you can't get to it. But if the water is big enough, you can sometimes fit docks in somewhere far from the town hall where sometimes they haven't scouted, or they just can't see. Build 2 to 3 docks and start making siege ships there. Then, when you have 5 to 6 siege ships, attack the player's base, and you can often get away with sniping them. Always make sure to do what you can to distract the enemy player, such as attacking him with archers or other cheap units on another part of the map, so that they don't notice your siege ships ending the game. I love this one because it is quite unique and people really don't expect it, which is proven by the fact that I recently got killed by this exact strategy in a team game which I might make a video on, and to say the least, it was a little bit embarrassing. Moving on to the second strategy. This strategy is one that I probably wasn't the first to use, but I really do enjoy using it often, or I did used to use it often, on team games with small water maps, sometimes on bigger water maps, but usually where there's a large lake or a small ocean available. To do this, you need to go to Russia and be in IR2, and have an enemy who is close to the coast. Don't have to be super close to the coast, but close enough that you can run there with some soldiers. Or even better, if multiple enemies are at the coast or with their town halls. You need to have 100 soldiers with the grenade upgrade and 2 steamboats ready to go. I suggest you pre-make the soldiers and boats before getting to IR2 to make this as efficient as possible. Then you need to land your soldiers on the enemy coast and kill them with grenades. This works quite well because soldiers can move through anti-tank traps and other obstacles such as forests, but it is countered by machine gun towers. But it is more maneuverable than a tank landing because soldiers can exploit gaps in trees, like I mentioned. Personally, this strategy has worked for me very well in team games where I'm able to get multiple kills with one landing, and if I remember correctly, there's a stream I did where I managed to get 3 or 4 kills with one landing of Russian soldiers with the grenades, although they have been nerfed a little bit, so maybe that kind of scale is not possible anymore. This strategy is a bit more memey, but can still be effective to some extent. This strategy requires you to be Europe or anything else with wheat farms, and all you need to do is send a few workers, even only 3 or 4, although 5 or 6 is probably better, get it built quicker, and they will work just to make like 3 or 4 farms in the centre of the enemy's base, around their town hall preferably. Then start spamming wheat. It is very expensive, but can be quite damaging to the enemy as it stops them from being able to build anything on the wheat until they harvest all of the wheat that you've spammed. Its effects are limited because you're giving the enemy a lot of free food, but it can be fun to see them confused and allow your army to enter their base. And because of the limited building space, they cannot spam towers to counter your attack. Truly, this is not likely efficient, but it can be great fun. This is also quite good on very small maps where, you know, the enemy where you spawn in very tight places where you're limited by the cliffs or whatever, and because you can't place buildings on top of wheat, it means the enemy can't actually build anything until they clear away the wheat. Although not efficient, it can be a lot of fun, like I said. And the final strategy I'd like to list today, this is a strategy that in some cases works quite well. Rams, unlike people see them, are very strong actually, as they are very hard to kill unless you have heavy spearmen or something from the medieval age. They are especially good against Asia. Usually use rams to attack enemy players in the Iron Age or to clear out forward bases. But if you can get to the early medieval age and either play Western Europe and keep your stables from the Iron Age to recruit rams, or go Eastern Europe to make rams from your workshop, then you can load up your rams on galleys, and you know what to do then. Land on the enemy coast inside their base, where they likely cannot move siege units in to defend, and have to rely on towers to kill your rams, meaning you can usually either kill them and destroy their town hall, or destroy their buildings and at least cause some panics because 5 rams just disembarked on their town hall. This is very fun, especially in the lead up to medieval, where people are going from Iron Age to medieval, because people don't have the resources to upgrade all their towers to help, or make units that are going to be good against it, such as pikemen, which are not super expensive, but they're quite expensive to get because of the upgrading barracks. And that's my favourite cheesy strategies, and I hope I can see some of you people using these in games, maybe in some of the events I host on my Discord, not too often, I haven't done one yet, or on streams, but I hope you can get a lot of fun out of these, although a lot of them are not the most efficient. So thank you everyone for watching, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.